uh,
Oh,
fanatics that were living in the area trying to make a deal with the dragon. Of what? He doesn't know. What he does know is that the dragon has made home on the highest part of the hill, which is a round structure that's housing him. Tells you to be careful of the zombies and the blight that's all over the area. And after that, he says if you need anything from him, he'll try to help out. But overall, his main concern is trying to drive out the Venom Fang from this town.
Well, I don't think approaching the dragon is a good idea with the cultists around by any means. So we should definitely go looking for them first.
sorry, I heard that, but Matthew cut out a bit for me.
We should look for the cultists before we go to the dragon.
Yeah, look at them. We're gonna clear out everything,
Because-
so.
Going towards the dragon to do anything is probably a bad idea with the cultists around.
Methman, Nathaniel, he was looking at you guys and he's like, I don't know, the dragons have a lot of gold normally with them.
They do, but if we does come to a fight, I don't want to be ambushed by a bunch of dragon cultists. Which I think is fairly fair.
My opinion on it is like we're going either way, so probably deal with the cultists first. Then we get the dragon and all this treasure. That way the cultists can't steal the treasure from us, Nathaniel.
Methman, he shrugs his shoulders and he says, well, the druid, or the guy did mention that they were somewhere in the eastern side. Might as well look around there. What do you guys want to do with them, though?
Do what?
Let's go talk to them first, and
With-
see what happens.
With who
next.
else?
The cultists.
The cultists! Who are we talking about?
Yeah, let's go tell them they gotta leave Thundertree. Stop being cultists and attacking people.
They should know the new king of Thundertree is here. And his name is Nathaniel.
And the new king is hungry for blood.
And meth.
Blood!
Meth. Alright,
Alright,
lead the way.
so-
Okay, let's head back into town.
All right, the
Or in
rogue
town,
follows you. He's sort of like he's sort of in front of you, trying to look through the different areas. Are you guys planning on going towards any of the houses in particular, or just going straight to the western houses?
I would think we look through this house, right? That's right in front of us first.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, it's right next to the house of the druid. He does tell you to be careful before you leave, but afterwards after Kosef, you walk outside of his house, you hear a very loud, I guess, moving of bars and wood, and you hear like slates lock, and the door behind you locks immediately. After about a few clicks, Methman looks towards the door of the new building. And he looks through and is like, these ruins look as if they might have once been a farmhouse, and it's now half swallowed by a dense thicket with trees growing up through its ruined foundations. The lane continues south a short distance past the ruin before ending in an overgrown field. So, as you can see, that there's not the house looks pretty dilapidated. The rogue tells you he doesn't see much. He says that there's a tree growing through it. And as he starts walking through, he looks around, and as he does, he doesn't really hear anything. And finally, he gets to the corner of the room, and as he does, he looks back at you guys and he says, "I don't think there's much back here."
I
And those
rolled a
little things. I'll walk in the room and do perception.
Sure.
My character sheet.
Okay, so as Methman is looking around, he's moving twigs and branches and moving old destructed things on the ground. You spot something out of the corner of your eye, right on the windowsill. You spot a blight. Although hidden, you are able to notice it.
I move
Also,
in
there's
here.
the-
Roll
also
perception
you're in
too.
Thundertree. I mean,
See
Catherine
if I
can just
notice.
tell you.
Yeah, but I'm looking around too.
You notice that there are a few of these monsters actually, but none of them are inside. Just right outside the cracks, you notice two more. They're laying perfectly still, as you know, blight. They don't tend to attack first, unless you get too close.
I point to Matt Kefra and point him out and say, well, we got 3 blights over there outside. And I motion at Methman and say, hey, look, your eyesight's failing you now.
Methman looks around again and he says, this is some blight. You can find that anywhere.
Yeah, specifically 3 of them. Right there. But, as always, we had to kill these blight because we left the trail of destruction on them already.
Well, they are evil shrubs.
Evil must be purged.
The rogue is all like, you guys are always a bit rough with dealing with him. I'll take care of it. As he does, he hides behind the wall. As he notices the blight twig is sort of like trying to stand still like a tree branch. And oh wait, I need to grab the info of the tree blight, the twig blight.
I'm back.
All right, got it.
You guys already start?
Yep.
Yeah, we started.
Oh, okay.
Methman says, "Hey, watch this." As he goes up, he says, he tells you, "Back me up when they attack me, huh?"
I guess I
And
should come that way then.
he runs towards the blight, and he attacks. Stop moving. He runs towards the blight, and he finally attacks. And as he does, where the hell's Methman's?
Hang on, back here.
There you go. As Methman goes, he surprises the twig blight. And as he does, he attacks them. Oh, that barely hits, thank God. And as he does 46 plus 4, 19 damage to the twig blight. He goes up behind it and he just starts showing all these fancy slashes and movements, and finally you just see like a puff of broken wood everywhere. And finally, as the dust settles, he turns around and Methman looks at you. He's like, "Look, it's done. Back me up with the other ones that are gonna start attacking me." And as he says that, these other blights suddenly appear, screeching, doing a deathly little screeching and tweaking of their limbs. Suddenly several blights come out of this backyard that's filled with foliage, and they all attack the rogue. And let me just...
Wow, you just missed that guy right there.
The rogue doesn't like looking at things.
Only stabbing things.
I like how Kefra went like super far away from everyone too.
Well, you said stop moving, so I moved back to where I was.
Yeah, that should be good. There we go. Finally, please put your initiative.
See you next year.
Oh, you actually got
It
more
wasn't-
than 0.
There wasn't a 0 this time.
Oof, gotta organize all this. Let's see.
That's a lot of blights.
Yep.
All right. After the rogue had stabbed, he kind of like turned around, and he did not notice the twig blights at all. So for now, at least, they have an advantage on the rogue if they decide to attack him. One of the twig blights starts moving towards the rogue, and it seems that he's the one that's closest to you, Kosef. He starts making these little screechy sounds and starts moving. He can't believe his fallen comrade had fallen. His name was Gary. He went to his wedding. Can't believe he did that. Let's see, he went 20 feet. Oh, alright. So that guy moved over here. Kosef.
Okay. I moved to here, which is half my moves, and I attack with my my longsword +1 at him.
Hit.
1d8 +4. That's 10.
You lift up your great sword, or is it longsword? You
Long
lift up
sword.
your longsword, and as you pick it up, you do a quick swipe, and as you do, the blight shatters and like falls in like a sad little pile of dirty twigs. The other twigs, twig blights, notice you immediately,
Okay.
and 3 of them start heading towards you.
I use my. Can I move again and use extra attack or no?
Yes, you can.
Okay. I move again and use my ability to attack twice.
That's a hit. Which one do you hit?
Sorry, this one. That is 7.
You hit this one?
Yes.
Alright, 7. Again, you immediately upon destroying the previous blight, you walk swiftly towards the next target, and as you do, you swing your sword again, shattering it. These poor twig blights, they're fighting for their lives. You done?
Yep.
Next is that twig blight. This twig blight is like, holy moly, this guy's gonna kill us. He moves up, and then he's like, I'm gonna attack this guy. He's like, he can't believe that you've done that. 20.
That's a hit.
Okay, 1d4 + 1. Oh wow. And as he does, he goes right below you. Because he's so small, you didn't really notice it, but he swipes right at your ankles just as you're turning around. He kind of he stucks you real good, and he does a total of 5 damage.
Okay.
You look down and you see this little thing kind of like making these little crunchy sounds. Next is this other twig blight. He goes right. I move this dead one over here. So the twig blight goes behind the rogue, and
wouldn't that be in front of him, because you said he turned around, right?
Yeah, he turned around. So the twig blight went right in front of him, and the rogue. I'll just say it was just a normal attack. Then the twig blight just attacks him, and he goes, makes these little creaking sounds, and unfortunately, he misses as the rogue immediately noticed him. Kind of moved a little bit away, surprised. He's like, "Oh my God, we're surrounded by this one little twig guy. Little twig guy, you're gonna die." However, he doesn't realize that there's a second twig blight that goes behind him and claws him, which unfortunately was shit. He tries to scratch at him, but he can't penetrate the armor that he has, which is like these leather boots. He's just screeching at it, but nothing's happening. This twig blight sucks. Anyways, let's see this other guy. This guy's dead. That guy's also dead. Poor bastard. Next is the rogue. The rogue then's like, I'm just gonna kill this guy. I don't know what's going on. He lifts up his short sword and then strikes at the twig blight in front of him, doing a critical. He's like, I'll kill you, you bastard!
It's like that thing where
damage.
It's like clubbing a baby seal with like a critical hit.
And like the twig blight, he explodes as he kind of slashes at the little twig. He's like, little, gotcha, I gotcha, you little bastard. Next is another twig blight. As he does, twig blight goes. Let's move this guy over here in front of the rogue. He just tries to attack him with advantage. That's a hit. And as he does 2 damage. The little twig blight scratches at his ankles, and the rogue goes, oh my god, ah. And then he looks down and he's like, oh my, ow, that really hurt. Kathra.
And Kefra is there.
See what's going on over here. We're gonna actually,
Kathra, you are able to hear the sounds that the rogue and Kosef are making.
Wow, a lot of bloods. I'll just cast a sacred flame at the one here. It has to make a dex save.
Okay. Let's see. This little blight. He looks at you. He looks at you. He's like, how could you do this? How could you? He rolled a 15.
Well, he's fine then.
Fire,
I
my
tried.
only
Take your
weakness.
He's
Take your
fine.
flame.
It does no damage.
The twig blight sees you there and he gets stricken. However, as you cast it, you're like, you're gonna die, you little bastard. But unfortunately, you just lose a little bit of focus of where the twig blight is as he looks like he's blending into the surrounding area. So you end up burning another twig, but it just wasn't the twig blight. You're like, oh shit, they all look the same.
I burned that tree real good. That's it. That's all.
Let's see. There's another twig blight, and he goes to the side of the rogue that attacked his comrade. This is the guy who was like, I invited Gary to my wedding. I can't believe he killed him. He says this all like in twig speak, so like you don't understand. It sounds like this twigs are clacking against each other when they speak. $19, and furiously he swipes at his ankles, and the rogue just feels, he's like, ow, what the hell? And like he looks to his left and he sees another twig just scratching at his ankles. He's lost two hit points. These bastards are everywhere.
Rogue's getting bullied.
Kosa.
Okay. I look at this guy over here and said, ow, that stung, you little bastard. I swing my longsword at him.
Miss. You lift up your long sword and it just slashes away. However, unfortunately, you slash just a bit too high. These things are very good at just blending into the surroundings, and there's so many twigs around the area. You understand how you're just kind of confusing it.
Yep. I stumble and then swing again at him, and I nat 20 it.
You get a little bit frustrated that you couldn't hit the twig in the first place, and instead of like swinging calmly, you lift up with a bit of a grunt and like a forceful, more than necessary. You slam at the twig's general direction, destroying his body.
I move over here. And then my turn.
Advantage.
Oh, I can't attack.
Okay.
Well, I could, but I'm not gonna use the ability on the twigs.
I thought you could attack twice.
I missed, and then I attacked
you already
again.
attacked twice.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to miss, but I missed.
Keyword, he missed.
Imagine
I'm-
missing.
Yeah.
The rogue then trying to figure out what the heck is going on. He looks behind him. He sees another twig blight. He sees it unnecessary as he needs to. He's just like, I don't need to dodge this guy. I can just outright kill him. He takes out his short sword and he, with advantage, he's able to hit him as twig blight is surrounded. And as he does 10 damage. And again, it just cuts the little twig in half and falls to the ground. He's like, little bastard. Alright, and now it's this twig blight over here. He looks at the rogue and he starts doing his little clicky-clack dance and he attempts to scratch at him. And he hits him. Damn, these guys are great. They're like little ankle biters. He slashes at his ankles again, his weakness. 4 damage. And as he does, he scratches even deeper into the ankles of the rogue. And the rogue just gives another small yell going, bastard! Cathra.
And move up again. Joseph is not in the way. I still can't actually oh yeah, if I move here I can. I'm gonna whack this thing with my warhammer.
The small...
Yeah.
The small like little twig blight is looking at you. That's a hit.
Your friend dodged, but you won't be so lucky. Where you will. 7 damage.
Twig blight is gonna die.
I don't know how much health these things have, like 4?
Yeah, like very little. They're a bunch of twigs.
Oh no!
And as you bring down your hammer, not only do you do the blunt force of the shatter, but it also gives you a special effects of giving you extra damage due to it being also actually, are these undead? Let me look it up.
Why would
blights,
it
Nah,
be
they're just
undead?
rules. And you slam it and you shatter it on the ground. The little blight like splinters go everywhere.
Yeah. I'd make an argument that hitting it with like a hammer is probably like very big damage to a bunch of wood. Twigs.
I mean, no, their weakness is fire, but yeah, I mean, anything if you hit it with a hammer hard enough, it'll die. Let's put it that way.
Hammers are pretty effective.
Yep.
And I'm not
Unless
gonna
you're
waste
good.
anything.
Alright, is that?
That's it.
Alright, and then one of the twig blights that's there, I mean, he's dead, so no. Kosef?
I make it 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yep. I can make it behind him. So I go behind this twig blight. And I say to Kefir, finally, you show up. Yeah, you at least had to get 1 kill, didn't you? And I swing my longsword at
Yeah,
this
the
twig
whole
blight.
time.
Advantage, so that's a crit. Because I get 19 crits.
Oh, nice, alright.
So 2d8 plus 4. 14.
Okay, as you lift up your sword, you scream out, that's a crit! And then it just destroys the goddamn thing on the ground.
I tend to get all these crits on things that don't need crits.
So the twig blights that were in this area now they're shattered around the area. They're quite dry, and if you wanted to, you could probably collect them and make a little fire or something. The rogue looks at his ankles and says, the rogue looks at his ankles and says, like, these little bastards, they ruined me. As you see, his ankles have a bit of blood around the areas where they scratched quite deeply. You have some scratches as well.
Yeah. I
Kosef.
pull up my leg and show him my scratch. Like, look, this scratch did so much damage to my ankle. It looks like I was hit as much as you.
So now as you guys are here, the rogue kind of like kicks all these damn things. Is like, all right, we're gonna keep going. These damn cultists.
Yep. I look at Kefir and say, if only If only we had 3 people to deal with these blades, maybe I would have taken no damage.
I was here the whole time.
I kicked the one that Maddie killed and says, Maddie, Sukefra, like, you need to hit more than one creature.
Hey, shut up.
Which path will you guys be taking? Immediately to the east, or are you guys gonna be heading back on the road?
I'm gonna go immediately to the east.
Okay, as you guys are walking, you're able to tell how the buildings look like. You look north and you spot this building. It looks like an intersection near the middle of the village. A narrow lane winds up the steep hillside to the north. Directly to the south is a ruined building that might have been a store or a workshop. Webs are stretched across the lane from the building to the trees to the north side of the road.
I want to look in this window. Can I?
You want to look through the window?
Yes.
As you look through the window, you look through, but it's quite dark. It's one of the few buildings that aren't dilapidated. However, the insides are. It's just you can't see too much. You see the interior area.
I dark vision. That helps.
Oh, okay. So I forgot about that. So you do look around. And you spot like what looks like remains of dead bodies, and you find a whole bunch of destroyed furniture. This looked like it was once a. What did it look like? It looked like it had been a store previously. You see some broken shelves and broken chairs and some boxes that were in there. Probably a store. The doors look like they're in working order.
It looks like we got some more dead bodies in here. Those were probably more zombies.
You look around, a wide chimney and rotted piles of firewood jumbled outside the walls of this sagging building suggest that it may have been a smithy back in its day.
Hey, Joseph, I know we're here to save Thundertree, but you mind if I break this window?
I look in Kefra and say, well... yeah.
The rogue looks at you, Kathra, and says like, break a window, huh? Usually when I'm stealing, I try to use my noggin, and my noggin is what I call my hand, as he pulls the door open.
I look at Kefra and it's like, was it an evil door? Is that what the problem was, Kefra?
The window, not a door.
Was this another misunderstood necromancer that you tried to murder again?
I'm gonna hit you in the face with this torch.
The rogue looks at you too and he says, you know, that necromancer was pretty nice. He did give me 2 cups of water.
Oh, wow.
I look at Kefra and say, like, Kefra has never given us any cups of water before.
The rogue steps in and he looks around and he tries to see if there's anything of value. He sees a variety of tools, tongs, bellows, hammers, and a pair of iron anvils are scattered around the interior of this building. He's not able to find much as he takes one step. Whoops.
You made him a little bit girth.
Yeah. As he takes one step in, suddenly he hears the sound of rustling on the side of him, as he hears groans of the ashy covered bodies finally stand up.
I saw this coming.
I like how Kefra just doesn't go into the door. Ever.
And they surround him.
You're like the tankiest person, and you're playing the most passive.
As he looks around, he's not able to see the zombies quick enough, and the zombies immediately attack him out of surprise.
Do I see one of them?
Yes, the door is open, and you see them get up and swipe at the rogue. However, you're not able to stop the swipes. You are able to see it and immediately prepare yourself for the fight.
Okay.
Let me grab these.
This man has bitched for 2 months about me staying in doorways. And I was like, oh, why didn't you go stay in the doorway?
I am, like I said, I don't know what's going on, but the rogue cannot roll perception for shit for a rogue.
I was gonna throw a torch in there, light up the room, but no, he had a damn door.
To be fair, that's a rogue being dumb.
These rolls aren't great, you know? I've never been a very good roller for anything other than
when you want to hit us.
Other than doing stupid shit. But
it is what it is.
So these suddenly the ash zombies go on the side of him, and they both, let's see, they both try to
Advantage attack. I think they both have advantage, right?
And that is also a hit. These two zombies, they slammed him with their bodies aside, and it's a 1d6 and 1d6, so that minimum damage, baby. And as they're getting up, they just kind of like lazily swipe at him. The rogue is surprised and more surprised than hurt. However, he does take a bit of damage. He takes a total of 4 damage.
His ankles were spoiled again.
And please roll initiative.
You are not rolling very well today, Kefra.
Look, if I roll above a 3 on initiative, you think I'm cheating?
Alright, Kosef.
Okay. I pull out my crossbow and shoot him.
Alright.
And the only one I can shoot.
As you see, he's a slow-moving target, covered in soot, as his body is quite easily hit. You hit him.
1d10 plus 4, that's 8.
As you do, a puff of smoke comes out of this zombie. The rogue is too close to it in order to dodge. He rolls a Constitution. As he does, he sees the puff of smoke coming up from the zombie and immediately covers his mouth, saying, "I don't want to breathe that." Ugh. And before the dust settles, the rogue is then able to then react properly. But Kosef.
My dexterity allows me to slot another bolt and fire.
All right, I'll take that as multi. Is fine.
1d10
Hit.
plus 4, that's 6.
Okay. And as you do that, the zombie kind of like takes like a bit of a step, preventing itself from falling. You hear a groan, and again it's still ready to attack the rogue that's in front of him. Anything else?
I am my turn. Well, yell, Kefra, get in there.
What else do you do? Is that it? You're not gonna do anything else?
I can't
Okay.
really do it unless I want to run in.
Next is an ash zombie. I was just asking if you were gonna put another bolt in your bow, because
No, I can't. Remember, we had this discussion.
So the ash zombie is then moving, and he attacks the rogue, and he tries to slam his body against him, and he has the vigor quite as when he was alive, and he slams against the rogue, who takes 10 damage. The rogue lets out a bit of a whelp as he's feeling a bit of pain. He's like, these things are hurting me quite a bit. He starts thinking of a way that he needs to move out of there. The other zombie that's there immediately begins to attack the rogue again. This other one that's there tries to slam against him, and it hits. Does 6 damage. Again, the rogue lets out a yell as he's getting attacked from both sides. And again, he desperately thinks of a way to get out of that area. So as he does, he decides, I'm just going to slash one of these damn zombies. And as he does, he slashes at the zombie that hasn't been hit. And it hits barely. And as he hits it, he does 8 damage. However, as he slashes at it, a puff of smoke comes out of its body. It goes to the rogue's mouth, and as the rogue finally figures out what's going on, he unfortunately is not fast enough in order to avoid the puff of smoke, and he breathes it in. And as he does, he begins to cough and cough over and over and over again. He can't breathe properly. And as he does, he figures like, it's no use. I have to get out of here. So he immediately disengages, and he goes outside. He goes outside to try to catch his breath. He runs out of the room, and Kosef, you see him trying to like barely keeping it together as he starts coughing over and over again. Catherine.
I'm gonna move in. Ignore the rogue for now. Hit this. Go ahead and hit this one. Blightbringer.
Ah, the one to the south?
Yes.
Okay, roll. That is a... You know what? It's a hit.
The hit. Okay. 1d8.
We're not playing D&D 1 yet. You know D&D 1, 1s always fail and 20s always hit?
Would care for roll a 1?
I did.
However, she's strong enough to, no matter what she does, she will always hit these goddamn ash zombies. They're so slow. So damn ugly. What's the total damage?
14 damage.
As you strike at the zombie then falls to the ground, all sulking, and he's like, "Argh." He falls to the ground. What are you gonna do next?
Nothing else. I'm done.
Okay, Kosef.
Okay. I pat a Methman on the back and make my way over to this zombie. And I pull up my longsword and swing at it.
That's a hit.
1d8 plus 4. That's 7. That's so plus 4 is 11.
As you slash at it, a gash appears across his chest, and the zombie falls to the ground, starting to just... He goes... He falls to the ground.
I look at Kefir and say, I think you might need to go into the buildings first before Methman. Because he cannot see anything.
That was my plan, but...
Yes, but you gotta do it quickly or tell him to stop doing stuff, because he doesn't listen.
Apparently not.
And
head
maybe
over
heal
to
him.
Methman. Yeah.
You find Methman like leaning against the corner of the building, trying to catch his breath. He still has a bit of an issue where he's affected. He says he'll need like a minute or two before he catches his breath again. After all the fight that you had with the zombies had just finished.
I'll just stand still for a moment. I'm guessing cure wounds.
I look at Methman and say, have you learned your lesson yet?
He looks at you with the eye of scorn, and he says, Methman will never learn.
Learning's for nerds.
It's like, that's why I became a rogue, so that I wouldn't have to learn. And after you do that, he also drinks a potion of healing, which I believe is 2d4 plus 2. And I have... How many do I have? 2? You remember how many you gave me? Was it 1 or 2?
I think you should have 3 of them, shouldn't you?
3, okay. And I'll mark that real quick.
So you got 16 from me and whatever from your potion.
So it's 2d4 plus 2, so I'm just gonna put... That's 7. Quickly, Bethman, he grabs a potion of healing and he just takes a swig at it. As he does, a little bit of a glowing light comes up. His coughing fit stops and he feels a bit more refreshed. He says, well, not at 100%, but almost there. It's better than nothing.
I give Methman 2 of my potions of healing and say, here. At the rate you're going, you're going to need it. I know, but I give him 2 more. I have 4. So I have 6, so I give him 2.
He grabs you and he goes, ooh, no takesy backsies, as he puts them quickly inside of his little pouch.
I look at him like, you're helping me save Thundertree. I'm appreciative of all you're doing, even if we're doing some stupid bullshit. Even if we're being a bit silly about how we're going about going into rooms.
Yeah, let me go first, why don't
He points you towards the building of the north and he says, well, we might as well go into that one, and he points. I was looking through the windows and it looks like that one's just covered in old soot and webs.
Well, let's go back in here and look around, see if there's anything worth finding.
I tell Kara if it's webs, maybe set fire to them and see what happens before you go in.
You look through the building and you don't spot much other than the things that Methman had already seen. You have actually difficulty in spotting some of the things that the rogue had told you he saw. Mostly because it's just covered in soot. But you do know that you heard that there was hammers, anvils, tongs, old tools, and a pair of iron. Yeah, this a pair of iron anvils just scattered around the interior of this building. Everything is quite damaged.
I would like to take the anvil.
An anvil? You want to take the anvil?
No, not really. That's probably a bit too heavy.
I mean, you could do it. You got the ogre gloves.
Yeah, I probably could. Nah, I'll leave the anvil there. Okay, I'm gonna go here and look in here. Actually...
Are you sure? You can grab it. It's like 200 pounds.
No. I don't think I have that much capacity.
Alright, people will think you're weak, though.
Okay, I'm taking the anvil. I don't actually know what my encumbrance level is.
Alright, you put the anvil, you strap it to your back. You feel it's quite heavy. You feel like as if you swing your hammer, it'll be a bit slower than you normally do. You have disadvantage to every action you do now.
I tune up for a second and you pick up an anvil. Why?
They called me weak.
The rogue looks at you with the anvil on your back tied quite well. And he goes, oh wow, those babies go for about 50 gold. I've never done it before because it's so damn heavy.
I look at Kefra and Methman and say, you do know that's a Thundertree anvil. Can you stop looting my hometown, please?
Fine, fine. I put the anvil in the ground in front of Kosef. You keep it then.
She unstraps the anvil from her back and a deep thunk as it falls to the ground, and it leaves quite a big indentation since it was quite heavy.
I look at Kefra and say, thank you. Also, don't you have a dwarf forge now that we rescued from the mine you can just use?
I mean, I can't bring that with me.
Yeah, the rogue looks at you and he's all like, yeah, that thing is in a cave, in a mountain. Far, like at least 2 days away from here.
Yeah, you're right. I should have took the Well of Souls with me.
The rogue looks at you, Catherine goes, you're right, you were an idiot.
I'm going to light up a torch and throw it into the center of this room, and then look inside.
You start walking up to the door, and as you do, you throw this torch at you, but you don't really spot anything, and immediately upon the room starting to catch on fire with the old threads and the soot around the area, you suddenly are attacked by something that was in the ceiling that you weren't able to spot. And this thing that attacks you is quite large. Its claws are able to reach, and let's see how much damage. Let's see whether or not it hits you. Let's see. $23.
That does hit, yes. Good lord.
And from the ceiling, you see a giant spider. He takes a bite at you, and as he takes a bite at you, you take You take 1d8 plus 3 piercing damage plus 2d8 poison damage. Make a constitution throw while I do the damage.
Seven. My rolls suck today.
Da, 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 da. Okay, you take the full damage. Otherwise, you would have taken half the damage. So, in total, you take 15 damage.
I have resistance against poison. Does that help?
You do have a resistance to poison. That's quite good. That means that you, instead of receiving 15 in poison, you receive, let's round down, so 4. So you'll be taking 10 damage total.
Okay.
Suddenly you feel this sharp puncturing on the side of your shoulder. As it does, you see a giant spider then remove its fangs. Immediately you realize that, oh, it's a big ass spider. Looks like you're gonna have to kill again.
Oh boy, here I go killing again.
Well, I had my anvil with me.
I mean, it would have prevented this situation. I wouldn't have.
If you got lucky, you would have tried to bite the anvil and died from it. Oh no! Lead poisoning, my only weakness.
Lead poison. Let me... Okay. There we go. The giant spider then sees that you are there, and it decides, oh, I'm just gonna do another nibble. Decides to 16 bite you. It's a miss.
That is a miss.
And as he does, what else? Oh, that's weird. I could have sworn that it was okay.
Oh wow, it rolled even higher than me. What the fuck?
Alright. And as it does, it kind of like just moves again to the tries to move out of your way towards the ceiling.
Is the room on fire?
I'm trusting it has a ceiling.
Alright. It
Wait,
moves
do I
to this
get a
side. Do you
roll?
get attack of opportunity?
That's what I say.
I was gonna say, Del, is the
You
room
missed.
on fire?
The room is starting to catch on fire, but it's not a full blaze. It's only smoking. Certain things are starting to catch on fire, but it's only been a few seconds. It won't start developing everything for like maybe a turn or two. Actually, a few turns. And the spider moves back as after he tries to take an attack. Next is Kosef.
Okay.
You
I'd like
do
to
not
care for.
spot the spider. You do not have a...
I didn't see the spider attack her in front of
You
me.
see the spider attack her. However, you don't see the spider now. The spider's on the
Okay.
ceiling. Well, I mean, he's in a position where you can't see him.
I look at Kefra and say, okay, it's getting smoked out. Wait for it to come out. I back up, pull out my crossbow, reload, bolt, and aim at the door, and hope Kefra moves out of the way.
The rogue looks at you, Kethra, and says, "I bet you won't go in." Kosef, you move back. Is that it?
Yep, that's it. I prep my crossbow if the spider comes out.
Kethra.
I take one step forward and cast Sacred. Do I see it or no?
Yes, you do. You look to the side of the room and you see the spider. He's right in the corner of the ceiling, kind of hissing at you.
I'm just gonna cast Sacred Flame at it.
Do a dexterity. 8 fails.
Takes 10 damage. And I'm gonna summon the spirit weapon and have that attack it as well.
And as you go straight to the door, you may not notice it, but there was another spider in the room. He was waiting for anyone to come inside. And he was also right on the ceiling. And as he attacks you with advantage.
If I prep my crossbow, I see the spider, and can I shoot it or no?
No, he was hidden up until this point, but you just were shooting at the entrance. So you were, what were you doing specifically? Were you
Just waiting for a spider?
shoot at something?
Yeah, preparing to shoot if a spider came
Okay.
out.
You see the spider. However, the spider is going to attack first. So first. There we go. And he attacked with the little baddie bite. It's 24, so it does hit. Roll a.
What happened to your shit rolls?
I mean, that's just how the world works. Roll for Constitution to see if you resist the poison. And you are successful, therefore you take...
Quarter damage?
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah,
Four, and
she
you
takes...
take,
she rolled
I'll say you
Constitution
take-
save, then she also gets the half
say
for the dwarf
three-
resist, right?
3 and 7. So you take 7 damage. Again, it bites at you on the same shoulder where the other spider bit, trying to inject you with its poison. Kethra?
Wait, the 7 is the poison or the 1's the poison?
No, in total damage you take 7. You made a
Okay.
Constitution saving throw against the poison, and you succeeded. So you only take half as much damage.
Yeah, but I think Kefra's wondering if she takes even less damage because she also has dwarf resistance to poison too.
You have dwarf's resistance to poison. Okay, so that
thought
means that you take 2, 4, let's say 2 damage, 2 to 4. So you take 6 damage in total.
I'm still gonna cast Spirit Weapon and whack it with that. Oh no, I hit or miss. I rolled 12.
12. I don't see your roll.
It was before the Constitution save.
Oh. Spirit weapon 12. No, that's a miss. Unfortunately, as your spirit weapon tries to attack the spider, it seems that it gets tangled a bit up in the webs. It's not able to move as freely as you thought it would. The fire is beginning to smoke a bit in the corner of the room.
I'm just gonna. I know I get to get hit for it, but I'll back out of the room.
Okay, so next is going to be...
Well, I get a shot, right? Because I saw this. I prepped for shooting it. So I'm gonna shoot that
since
spider.
you were at the door, the spider does get an attack of opportunity. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Alright, and attempts to bite at you. 18.
That misses.
Damn, the spider says. Damn.
Okay. I'm rolling because I prepped to shoot a crossbow bullet at the spider.
The rogue then suddenly sees that you,
Do I
I
not
hear
get
you,
to...
Tater, but Dell's ignoring you.
Okay, fair
you're
enough.
you're not next.
I
Like, look
prepped
at
the
turn
prepped
order.
a thing to aim at the thing. What are you talking about? I get
That's
to.
right,
You
that's
said
right.
I could attack.
Yeah, you attack. You don't have advantage, but you do attack.
Don't worry, I missed damage, but
You missed. That is unfortunate. You shot straight through, however, as you shot through, the arrow got tangled in some of the webs that were covering the spider. Yeah, there's just a whole bunch of webs, and they're quickly starting to catch fire. The rogue then, sees the situation occur and tries to look around, and he steps kind of like back to get a better view, and he sees the same spider kind of like on the ceiling, and he also tries to take out his own short bow and shoot. And as he does, he unfortunately misses. He just does absolutely horrible in his shot and misses the spider. It also gets like kind of tangled in the webs in the ceiling. The other spiders then decide that they're gonna just like, you know, kind of scurry about, and they blah, 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 blah. Okay. Then they scurry about, and like from your view, they kind of from your view, the spider kind of disappears. However, smoke is starting to come from the house quite a bit. Next is Kosef. You still see the spider kind of like in the ceiling looking around.
Okay. I move... how do I do this? Because can I shoot over Methman because he's a halfling?
You can.
Okay. I reload my crossbow because I couldn't do it because I prepped last turn. I fire my crossbow at him. That's a crit. No, wait, no. Is it a crit? Yeah, it is crit. That's 19.
It says there you rolled
plus
18.
8, so... Oh, I did? Oh, yeah, you're right, you're right. Never mind. So just regular hit. 1d10 plus 4. That's 9. A mid shot.
As you do, it hits right in the torso of the spider. It kind of like, you hear like a bit of air coming out of it. It's something like a hiss. From the spider, it looks at you with all of its eyes.
The
what else are you gonna do?
The extra attack does not let me attack, but it allows me to reload for next turn, which I do.
Okay. Then the spider then decides that he's going to kind of like move about. Ugh. As he does, the spider kind of scurries away. You kind of see him heading towards the other room. His body is so big that it's not really in the ceiling. It just kind of like moves to the side over here. You see him go towards the exit of the room, and as he does, he like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you kind of see them go outside and finally disappear. And as the spiders move out, the fire starts becoming much stronger. Kathra.
I'm gonna heal myself.
You gonna kill yourself? Roll.
Heal myself.
Oh, okay, never mind. The rogue looks at you and goes, see, it ain't easy.
I look at Kefren and say, didn't we just have a discussion about what to do and you decided to completely ignore it again?
The rogue mockingly goes, you should have moved from the door.
I heal myself for 8.
Okay.
I'm impressed. Kefren just went in, took damage, missed everyone, and then just left.
Yeah.
Look at Kefren and say, at least the rogue managed to kill something.
Hey, I killed a zombie. Shut up.
Healed yourself for 8. Okay, what's next?
Just gonna look over here, look around, see if I can see the bed bug trying to get out of the building. Not bed bugs.
I told Kefren that it left the building.
How would you know?
I saw it when I was looking for the thing. I could see it skirting away.
Well, I don't know where it is.
Joseph saw the spider kind of like head stumbling through the other exit. The building is dilapidated enough for some of the holes you could see like the spider kind of like moving. The building is now up and starting to become up in flames. Only a few seconds have passed.
It's also a giant spider too, so it's easier to see.
Well, I'm sitting here. Do I see anything?
You look around the corner of the building a little bit, but you can't really spot anything. It's a lot of bushes and a lot of trees are blocking your view.
I start heading this way.
I'm just gonna call my spirit weapon.
Whoa,
back to
you
my
guys are
side.
still in turn.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay.
Fight's not
Oh.
over. And I'll just call my spirit weapon back to my side and ending my turn.
Okay. The rogue then goes and he kind of just moves to see if he can get into a better position, to see if he can spot him, and he goes right over the corner and he looks around and he yells out that they're not over here, as he quickly gives a small yell. Next is this guy.
Okay.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Okay. I move over here,
Huh.
behind the rogue.
Not your turn yet.
Oh, I thought, no, what are you
Not
talking? It is
yet.
my turn.
The
No,
spider's
it's
turn.
the spider.
It was assigned to my turn, to be fair.
No, it isn't, because the giant spider's turn is there. It's just invisible.
Yeah, it's
'cause
not on the
it's
turn. It's on
hiding.
the turn tracker.
so-
That's why.
Awesome.
Can I move?
Yes, go.
I move here. And I roll perception to see if I notice anything over the
Roll.
halfling. What?
You look around. However, other than the eerie quietness that is going on and the crackling of the flames of the building that's currently catching on fire and it's growing ever so much, you do not see anything yet. But however, you are vigilant.
Okay, I prep a crossbow and kind of aim around to see if I see a spider coming at me.
Coming at you? Okay.
From the north.
Okay, coming at you.
Okay.
Remember those words. So
Okay,
So
well,
you went through
how am
there.
I supposed to say it?
no, coming at you means that if it's attacking you,
Oh, okay, sorry, I meant like, if I see it, I'll shoot it. If I see a
if
spider.
you spot it. Okay, excellent. Because then that would have been like a reactive. If something would have come towards you to attack you, you would have reacted. But if it would have appeared, then you wouldn't have shot because it's not coming towards you. You see?
Yeah, fair enough.
Alright, so you're like, alright, I'm gonna grab. You're gonna shoot at anything you spot. You're with the rogue right now. Currently, Cathra, you hear some rustling of leaves. However, you don't spot anything immediately. Cathra.
I'm holding my shield up and I'm going to just walk backwards, keeping an eye to the left.
I was gonna say, you have a spear weapon too, you could send it out.
It can't see.
Doesn't have any eyes.
Yeah, but you could send it swinging into the grass.
I want to shoot magic missile at the darkness. Go for
can
it. Go for it.
only
You
at-
have the yeah.
It can only attack things I can see.
The hammer sadly floats next to you. No eyes looking ass hammer. All right.
That's all.
Next is the rogue, and the rogue kind of like he's like he puts his sword to his side. And he's like, you know what? Those spiders are probably just gone. They're big cowards. As he starts walking around, he's like, you know what? I think we should just head to a new area. As he starts walking towards it.
Oh my god, this rogue.
This road
Suddenly,
rolls
like,
dog
he
shit.
just spot it, okay? He's like, you know what? There's nothing here. My eyes are special. You see, my eyes are so special. You wouldn't understand because you're not a rogue. You're not about that life. And as he's swinging his he's kind of like balancing his sword in his hand, mocking you for having unspecial eyes. The spider that was able to hide on the tree kind of like does a quick swipe to bite at him.
Okay.
And as he does, fortunately, he's able to bite him. Let's see if the rogue is able to save the Constitution. Yes, it's good. That's going to be 5, and that's going to be 6, 7, 8, 8 and 5. That's 13. Finally, a spider kind of like bites at the rogue, and the rogue just does like a quick yelp, going, "Ah! Where did you come from? How did you deceive my special eyes?"
Because I prepped, do I get to shoot it?
Yes.
Okay, I shoot it with my heavy crossbow and miss.
Unfortunate. Actually, it hit.
Oh, it is
Barely.
1d10 plus 4, so that's 10.
Again, you let loosen a bolt, and it hits in the abdomen of the spider. It lets out a bit of a screech. It's more injured and quite battle-worn from the previous encounter. Okay. Kosef, you're next.
Okay. I move forward, pull out my longsword and swing at the spider, and I miss.
Ah! Miss! The spider
Okay.
screeches at you. You can practically hear the laugh.
I use my ability to attack twice in a row, and I swing again, and I hit another 13. I miss.
Monster! The spider laughs again, you fool! Aim up!
I don't have any. I
I'm
don't
on
have
a
any.
tree!
I don't have any inspiration, so I can't roll for advantage. I use my action surge in
You have
frustration.
inspiration? I give you inspiration.
I'm pretty sure I used it last turn, unless you gave it to me at the end of the.
Oh no, I gave it to you a while ago. You still have it. I haven't knocked it off that you use. In fact, everyone has it.
Okay.
They've just never used it.
Can I use inspiration on that second attack?
Yeah, you can use inspiration to use the advantage.
Okay, I use the advantage.
Okay. And it hit. Roll for damage.
1d8 plus 4. That is 9.
Okay, 9 damage. And as you do, as you slash at the spider, it does like a bit of a what you would consider a spider laugh, and it starts laughing that you're able to miss. However, what you slashed at was not at the spider, but at one of the branches. And as the branches give way, the spider, which was too heavy, falls to the ground, where parts of the tree fall on it as well, impaling it. Poor spider, his laugh was his final words.
Oh, he's dead.
Poor
Dead.
guy. He's dead.
Okay. I was gonna use action
That spider
surge,
was-
but I won't
was
use
like,
action
"Ho, ho,
surge.
ho."
I say.
Spider was like, ha ha ha.
I say.
Tuki
I say
doo-wah.
to Meth Man's like, look at my specialize and my skill.
That poor bastard. Alright, and as some time passes and Cathra, you hear the crunch of the spider that fell to the ground. However loud, you're unable to ignore the giant spider that seemed to have been crawling towards the tree to your left. You are able to spot it, but currently only Cathra, you see it. Your specialize.
Specialize. I really don't want to fight
As
in
the
melee.
giant spider sees you notice it, it immediately squirts at you. He's like, squirt, 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 ah! Squirt! And it's so pathetically abysmal. The web just shoots to the ground in front of it. The spider is embarrassed. You're a little embarrassed for the spider. The spider is like,
This never happens to me.
oh, this
okay,
yeah, this
spider.
never happened to me.
I've been with a
before-
few partners that happened to.
He puts his little fangs next to his hundreds of eyes. And he's there because he's moving the farthest he can move. Cathra.
I'm gonna kiss Sacred Flame on this thing. I don't want to get close to it again.
He rolled a net 1 on the web chart thing. I was like, ooh. Sacred Flame. Okay, let's see if the spider's able to survive. No, did not succeed.
Oh, okay. Spirit Weapon, go whack it again. Or attempt to, at least.
How much
This
damage
thing.
was done?
It would have been 12, but it takes no damage on saves.
No, it did not save itself. It failed its saving throw. So
Oh, I thought
whack
you
it with
meant-
the hammer?
I thought you meant it
Nah, I'll be
avoided
clear.
it.
Don't worry about it. You hit it with the hammer, and that is
Spirit
a
Weapon.
hit.
If only this thing could crit. 1d8 plus 4. 5 damage.
Finally, as the giant spider is sort of like embarrassed at its shooting of its web, you kind of give a bit of a chuckle. The spider then like feels ashamed and looks away a little bit, and you bring down your spirit hammer right into its head, caving it in, and the spider just limply falls to the ground and curls itself. Feet starting to kind of like go in. You know how dead spiders are when they kind of curl their feet in?
Yes.
Like the poor spider. And the spider's dead. There you go. And this encounter is finally over.
So what do we do about the building?
The flames are beginning to become much more higher than before, to the point that it seems to be uncontrollable now. As you are pondering what to do, you do hear part of the walls begin to fall, and I believe I have a sound effect for that, so...
I didn't know you'd be prepared with that one.
Yeah, part of the building starts falling on the ground. Yeah, the building is beginning to collapse on itself. You hear parts of the tree that was inside also break. I don't think this will be as good, but you hear a branch fall.
Hell, what's that?
It sounds like a knife.
It sounded more like a knife. Wait, hold on, let me... Oh, maybe this is the one. Ah, it was a crappy one. Alright, let me see if I can find another one. Ah, you know what? Fuck it. You hear a ceramic vial shatter on the ground. There you go. Anyways, a part of the building is already fallen on the ground. The fire is becoming a bit unruly. The rogue looks at you and goes, woo-wee, Kosef. Whoever thought about burning the building? Let's make sure we don't get on their bad side, huh? As he says that, another part of the building falls.
I look at Methman and Careful and say, "What do you want from me?" There's a bunch of spiders in there. Careful went in there and almost died again.
Look, not my fault. Also, Methman, come here. I walk up to Methman, take the eye patch off his eyes. Try using both your damn eyes.
Ah! The Methman looks at you. How could you? I cannot see! He says the eye patch is his true eye.
Was he rolling disadvantage because he had the eye patch on?
What? I thought you always knew I was doing that. Yeah, I have an eye patch on my eyes. Why wouldn't I get a disadvantage?
I didn't know you were actually rolling disadvantage.
To be fair, I don't see your thing, so I can't
I roll
tell.
disadvantage for all the things that require me to look, because I have an eye patch on my eye.
Wow, how ableist of you, Del. What the fuck?
How ableist the rogue looks at you.
We can't see in the ear holes, to be fair.
He says, all right, I'll look with both eyes when it is important. And he puts his hand out to ask for his eye patch again.
I give it back to him.
And he puts it back on. Only when it's important to me, as he walks away.
Why do we bring this guy along? Oh yeah, he saved my life.
I was gonna say, I looked at her and said, yeah, the reason you're still alive because of him.
Now, I need to AK for like 5, 6, 7 minutes. So I don't know if you would take a break or stop or what.
Okay, we can stop right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay.
Besides, you guys have done most of it, and you guys have destroyed one of the more important buildings by doing that. Finally, the last
Let me
wall...
guess. That building had the treasure in it.
Finally, the last wall of the building falls as it's now a burning pile.
Del, was the treasure in that building?
The treasure in that building. You're very lucky. No, it was not. Was there treasure in the building? Yes, there was treasure in the building.
And now it's gone now. To be fair, that would have been a tough fight drilling in there.
Well, before you leave though, Maddie, I'll tell you this. When the wall broke down, it also fell down. A cocoon had also fallen down that had a warrior in it. And as you guys cut it up to see if the person was still alive, because it looks like, you know, what happens to adventurers when they get caught by spiders, you found that unfortunately it was a corpse. As the rogue then looks at this being that was there, that you notice that it was a shriveled up and sucked dry, but it appears to have been a male elf. The armor that it wears was a studded leather and a short sword and its scabbard at its hip. You also search the body and find a potion of healing in the belt pouch, along with 23 gold pieces and 35 silver pieces. However, the rogue suddenly does a quick turn when he finds the body, and he begins doing a small laugh as he does. He says, "Oh wow, I know this guy." The rogue's demeanor kind of changes, and it becomes one, instead of being mocking as he normally is, he becomes quite somber and quite serious. And he says, "I would have never expected to find him here." As he looks there, he grabs what looks to have been a pendant off of the elf's neck's body, and he rips it off of the elf's neck, and he puts it on himself. He tells you a quick story about himself. The rogue tells you that previously he had lived in Fandelver, and as he was there, he had gotten on the wrong side of things and had joined the group that was there before the Red Brands. However, unfortunately, one of his friends, who at least at that time was his best friend, had gotten him in trouble, so much so that he would have been killed by the group, so he had to escape. He said that ever since he had left, he had promised himself that if he'd ever find that friend again, that he would kill him as brutally as possible. However, as he looks down, he says that there's no point to it, as he's already dead.
I look at Methman and say, at least that was probably a horrible way to go, so you might not have done it, but you gotta remember, at least this guy who betrayed you was probably in terrible agony.
As he looks and he says, yeah. He looks at the necklace and he says that he knew he would never have gotten rid of the necklace. He said that it used to be my favorite, and it was also his favorite, so it makes sense that he'd still have it. As he's quite somber as he puts the new necklace that he has on his neck, and he instead of he puts it like underneath his armor and his coat so that it's not really visible. And he grabs the gold from his pocket, and he kind of like throws the other like silver pieces towards you, Kosovo. He says, "This is all I found on there." As he goes back to his normal demeanor, he's like, "This is all the gold I found on there," and he gives you 35 pieces of silver.
I roll perception because he said gold.
Let's see. This is a.
Because he tried to sleight of hand me.
Yeah, let me. Oh no! You see him skillfully, however not fast enough, put away the other bag of gold into his pocket.
I look at him and say, like, I'm okay if you keep it because you're helping with Thundertree. You don't need to hide this stuff from me.
You're right. Let's split it in half as he gives you 2 gold pieces.
I roll perception again.
Oh, actually. Nah, you already spotted him. You're like, okay, fine. There was 23 gold pieces in total. All right.
I tell him like it's your friend's body, so like you can keep most of it. I'll take. Here, you keep. The rogue looks
at you. He goes, "Oh no, he's not my friend." Yeah, but that was pretty much it for that little segment of the rogue, and it should be good until I guess next week. Is that good with you guys?
Yeah, I'm okay either way. The dragon's probably going to take like an hour just on itself. So that's probably by the time we deal with the cultists and get to the dragon, it'll probably be 2-3 hours, right?
All right, then let's finish here and.
No rest. Keep your stuff. Keep your health. Don't do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yep, sounds good. Okay, thank you, Del.
Thanks for running, Del.
That's fun. Short.
short and
You know,
quick
one
is
of the-
fun.
Something later. I'll look for it.
You know what the crazy thing is that the story for the rogue was so specific. It was like a friend had betrayed them, but that thing was never resolved in the Mines of Phandelver.
Was that the
So it's
Glassstaff guy who betrayed him, or no?
No, Glassstaff was a previous leader of the. Was a previous leader supposedly, and there was a guy who betrayed him. You never found out who that was.
Mm.
And I was all like, "Well, you find an elf here, and it fits a description of the person who betrayed him." So
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, why not?"
Do you want to play some Halo later, Del, or not?
Wait,
Play
I
Spartan
played
Ops. Wasn't gonna play anything, but I don't know. Renzi wants something, I'll play, but I'm up for whatever. I was thinking if I was gonna keep streaming and play stuff, or just gonna take a break entirely.
I can play for like an hour for Halo.
Hi. Do you want to just do some Spartan Ops then? Because I think last will probably take too long.
You do a little bit of Sparnauts for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And then after that, I'm just gonna start playing some random games that I have in my Steam.
Yep. Whatever you join, Del, I'll invite you. I gotta set up.
Mm-hmm. Oh god damn it, Halo. Didn't log me in.
Acting up again.
Yeah. Alright, ready for the invite. I think I need to...
Yeah, I see you. Invite player.
There we go.
Spartan Miller, I found them. Dalton, we found Crimson. Distract the bad guys for a second. You got it. Firing solution resolved.
Hey, Del.
Incoming.
How you hanging?
Oh my god! What are they gonna do to us, Tater?
Oh no. They're gonna kill you and eat you.
Crimson, glad to have you back.
They're gonna eat you, and then they're gonna eat me! Oh my god!
Keep up the fight, Crimson.
Oh wow, I got
We'll
freaking
land
needled
for
to
you
death.
shortly.
What the fuck? Careful, I got a sniper.
Holy shit! Sniper got me quick, what the fuck?
Yeah, I got
I
nailed
was just in
too.
the wrong spot.
Choke grenades.
Phantom inbound.
Oh, we got a phantom. Oh, a ghost. Lovely.
Oh god damn it. There were like two snipers and I killed one, but the other one killed me.
Yep. Oh, I got nailed. This level's a pain in the ass.
Oh. Motherfucker!
You got him.
Yeah, I got him good!
I'm pushing up top. Got their sniper. Alright, I got the turret, so the Phantom only has the gunner. Got the both gunners, so the Phantom is useless now. No threat of the Phantom. God damn it.
Look out. There's a Phantom headed your way.
Ah, lovely.
started bombing me.
I got bombed too. Got some fuel rod, boys. Watch out for that phantom too. Alright, got our nade on that turret. So, phantom turret's down. Just gotta shoot the guys on the Ghost dead. Oh, fucking phantoms. I'm not a fan of this level. This level fucking sucks.
Need to finish securing the area. I'll mark the last few hostiles.
Careful, fuel rod boy. Got the suicide
fuel
rod.
rod guy.
Potential evac zone, but it's heavily shielded. Heavily shielded isn't exactly an evac zone. I did say potential evac zone. Marking the shield controls for you. Take them down.
Got the shield down.
Nice. Suicide grunts.
Success. Shield down. Dalton, Crimson needs a ride. Can do. Pack your bags and be ready to fly, Crimson. Miller, this is taking a little longer than expected. Crimson's too deep behind Covenant lines. Crimson, hold on. We'll find you something.
One down. Two down.
Phantom inbound on Crimson's position.
And this is a tough level. Got one. Two. There's some carbines over here.
A freaking, what's his name?
What?
Fuel rod. God damn it.
Let's say which one.
Ooh, there's more than one, okay.
Stupid ghost.
Ah, grenade! I fucked that up.
Stupid ghost.
Oh, damn. Straight up fucking hurt me.
These other ammo.
Run
This
up
this
to them
place.
and,
Yeah. It's hard to run up to them. Got that guy.
turret.
Heads up. Drop pods incoming.
Okay, got one ghost. Got the turret boy.
Oh, god damn it.
Need to finish securing the area. The last few hostiles.
Oh, I didn't see that guy. Elite.
Crimson, there's several Covenant aircraft docked in this area. Go see if anybody left the keys in the ignition.
We're gonna steal a spaceship? I like this idea.
Over here.
Miller, Phantom's in the sky near Crimson's
Oh,
position.
ran out of
Acknowledge,
fucking
Dalton.
weapon. Ammo. God
Hey,
damn, there's not a
Icebreaker
lot of ammo
Squad's
everywhere.
IFF tags just popped up. Icebreaker? They're listed MIA. Crimson, dodge the Phantoms and investigate. If there's people down there, it's on you to bring them out. Lots of activity nearby. Be ready
It's a
for
mess
anything,
of a
Crimson.
mission.
Crawlers!
Fucking. Caller just ran me down. What the fuck? I got ran over. Oh my god, there's so many crawlers on the left. got
Holy
you
shit,
good
I
there.
thought that was you. You died? I was
Yeah.
like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, that's you. That's fucking you.
I was gonna say, I don't think I look like an elite.
Spartan Miller, I found them. Spartans? Oh man, fantastic. They're trapped behind a shield wall. Roland, working on it.
Bunch of carbine over here.
Release right over
Del.
there. Do it, Crimson.
Nice.
Oh, there's also Needler here. Thanks.
Shield down. Hell yes. I thought we were dead. Lieutenant TJ Murphy at your service. Get some weapons, Marines. Time for payback. Crimson, watch out. Spartan Miller, I think your plan's gonna work. There's a Phantom nearby that should suit Crimson's needs, if they can find a way to override its
Oh,
security
no!
systems. Hell, Infinity, how wiring
You rushed in a bit,
Covenant
didn't ya?
isn't exactly difficult. If Crimson gives me some cover, I'll get us airborne. Crimson, buy Lieutenant Murphy the time he needs.
Ah, Del behind you. Oh my god, these guys just take multiple shots. Oh my god. They're also behind you too, Del.
I just find it so fun shooting the aliens, and then when they come down and they land, they're like, "Oh wait, no, I'm dead," and then they just go ragdoll.
Yeah, it is pretty fun. He stuck me, but I took him out with me. You. Damn. Del, there's one more up top. He's almost dead.
Crimson. See you when you get home.
Oh, we have one Marine live. We actually had a bunch of them.
Where's that Marine?
That was a bunch. They actually were smart. They actually played defensively and like hid back. Well, we killed ourselves en masse.
I think I remember the lore being something like the amount of money that it costs to train one Spartan is like the equivalent of one cruiser.
Yeah.
Like one of those big ones that are used for light travel.
I'm just glad they finally did like different maps. That was actually different. The ones.
Covey Battlenet thinks Crimson's Phantom still belongs to them. They're ordering it to land at a secure facility. Lieutenant Murphy, play along for now. Roger that.
Crimson, if the Battlenet considers that location important, I'd like to know why. Have a look around.
Guys, I think they know Crimson's not Covenant.
Holy
Handle it,
shit!
Crimson.
We just both got smoked by the freaking
wow!
ghost.
You fucking rammed me, that piece
He
of
ran
shit.
both of us. He hit me too.
Yeah, oh my. Ooh.
assassinate. There's a bunch of Covenant Carbine over here.
Where is this? The traders? God damn it! I hate these.
What happened?
No, I just hate the human assault rifle.
Oh yeah, there's apparently a way you can like this stuff uses the multiplayer loadouts. So if you set the loadouts in multiplayer, you can use like actual different loadouts in this thing. I figured that out when I had to play the multiplayer. I was going, why do I always get shit? Everyone gets BRs.
Sniper.
Accurate little fuckers.
I'm still seeing targets down there.
Bitch, we are working.
Commander Palmer, there's a comm relay near Crimson's position. Could be worth a look.
Light the way, Miller.
Oh, they're above us.
Yep.
There's an energy sword there if you want it. Nice. I shoot you, go in and swing your sword while they're distracted.
This thing is completely gone. There's no more energy. Yeah, that was the last strike.
Standard Covey encryption with a hardware lock. Crimson, open it up for me. Awesome. I'll transmit a worm into the Covey system through Crimson's short range. And we're in business.
Good find. Pass everything we get to Infinity Command.
Right through that door, Crimson. Bad guys inbound. You've got this one, Spartans. Actually, Commander, looking at Roland's data, there's other comm nodes nearby. We can get an ear on them, too.
I love it. Make it happen.
Alright, well, I shouldn't have
There's
done
the
that.
second computer. Crimson, release the hardware lock for Roland.
Oh, god damn it, there's a sniper there.
I got the sniper, but these stupid concussion guys are fucking assholes. Trying to distract them if you want to push on that side. There's a fuel rod cannon there if you want it.
Roland, work your magic.
Presto,
up the fuel
we're
rod.
installed. Oh, look at that. Detailed troop movements. Good stuff. Keep rolling, Crimson.
Where's my last target, Miller?
Marking it now.
Holy fuck, they take so much. These elites take like one, you can stick them and they don't die. Like, this is nutty.
Trying to see if you can dual wield that thing.
Nope. Only Halo 2. Super disappointing, because I thought that was actually a cool idea.
You can still dual wield, you just can't dual wield
Needlers.
2 needlers, yeah.
I got needled. Oh my god, that guy takes so much damage. I just dumped like 2 clips into his fucking head.
Yeah, I just needled him.
Installing the worm. That's not good.
Explain.
The whole system went into lockdown. And they're sending in reinforcements. Roland, get the worm back up and running. Crimson, prep for incoming.
Oh, behind us.
Phantom on approach.
Got the turret. Oh, watch out for the sniper.
Oh, god damn.
Oh, spawned underneath them. That's useful.
A few more to go.
Nice. One left.
The lockdown is controlled by 2 terminals. Disabling them should let me back in.
Should or will?
A 90% chance of will.
I'll take it. Crimson, destroy those terminals and take out any Covenant resistance in the way.
I'll take the one on the right, you take the one on the left.
Shit! That guy has fuel rods. God damn!
I got the terminal though.
Crimson, Murphy. I'm trying to keep coveys off you, but one slipped through. Heads up. Thanks, Murphy. Is that... That's UNSC gear.
Thieving freaks. Crimson, see if you can find anything useful.
That did it. I'm back in. Commander Palmer, worms functional on all 3 channels. Tap is active. Hot and cold running information. Crimson, clear an area for Murphy to land.
Hunters.
Oh, lovely. There was some fuel rod stuff that dropped. Oh my god, this turret.
See if I can destroy this ship real
Eyes
quick.
to the sky, Crimson.
Fuck. I was shooting it with rockets, but
Oh, I had a fucking banshee.
Be advised, another Banshee in your airspace.
I'm trying to shoot it. Banshee's
Eyes up.
dead.
Covenant inbound.
Oh shit.
Oh, hello.
Motherfucker.
Grab some rockets, start firing.
Ah! If I take one down every time I die, eventually we'll finish.
I was gonna say, just pick up some rockets, start shooting.
There's rockets?
Yeah, right. If you look at the thing, there's a bunch of rockets.
Whoa.
Reinforcements.
Alright, I got a rocket. That got a hunter.
Murphy, Crimson's cleared for pickup.
That got fun for a bit there.
Well, as soon as I saw the rocket launchers were
Excellent
available,
work, Crimson.
Yeah.
Sorry I've
Like,
been away for
yeah.
a bit, but it looks like Miller has things well in hand. I'm gonna review the data we're pulling down, and I'll be back in touch with you shortly.
Do you want to call there or one more mission? And you said about an hour or so.
yeah, we can do one more.
Crimson, the data collected from those Covey computers has tipped us off to a central intel center. I'd like you to poke around.
Dropping you at the edge of the base, Crimson. See you on the other side.
Looks like we get to do this the old-fashioned way, Spartans. Run and gun.
Just shoot roll a random grenade.
No, that's I have an ability that makes me like have thrusters.
Take him out.
Three coming towards us.
The elite's stuck on a thing.
Excellent work. Head for the door, Crimson.
Why is it not? There it is, weird.
Looks like it isn't opening. Have a look around. There has to be another way in.
God, these aliens and their
Phantom
multi-tech.
approach.
Have they ever heard of taking care of their items? Oh shit, I'm gonna get hacked!
Come on, break. Okay, turret sucks.
Ah, my sword is in range! Ah, god damn it! They just started shooting!
You got shit on.
They just kept shooting and they didn't stop.
Mop up the last of them.
Oh, shit. Man, so fucking accurate with that goddamn,
Fuel rod.
That's all of them.
Needler.
Okay, I think I found you another way inside.
Here, you take.
Marking
I'll
it now.
pick up the fuel rod. You pick up the needler. Let me find the fuel rod, boy. Or you want fuel rod?
I got the,
Here,
needler.
needlers. I dropped the needler if you want it.
locked here. Check that console. I'll see if there's a way to bring that barrier down. That should do it. Barrier's down.
It's quiet. I don't like it when it's quiet.
This is cool.
There's movement all over the place, but no visual.
Active camo. Keep your guard up, Crimson.
There's a bunch of active camo guys. Where are you, Del? There you
Coming
go.
up behind. Lost focus, and I was like, where the hell's the entrance to this cave?
Yeah.
Setting a waypoint. Multiple contacts.
I shot a few of them. I don't know where the rest are. Oh.
Front. Id.
Rude. Invisible boy. Dead invisible boy. Man, if they smart, they wouldn't make noise at me.
Incoming. Crimson stirred up the locals.
The flying boy. Something popped me.
Man, these weapons suck against the,
Problem is, Prometheans just have so much bloody health.
Oh shit! God damn it!
You got one of them.
Next to me.
That fly boy.
Few more to go.
Got a few of the fly boys.
Ah! God damn it, leave!
Oh,
You got
didn't
you
see
too.
that elite. I didn't see him until you died.
I didn't see him until you died! Oh, god damn it.
Alright, he's dead now. Rude little guy. I hear more Prometheans, get ready.
Ooh, god damn, that shotgun's so accurate. From a distance, too!
Yep. It's got like a spread. That is a fun assassination where you just tear off his leg. Ooh, bunch of scattershot shotgun over here.
Looks like it's rigged into a Forerunner light bridge
On the wall.
system.
You want the shotgun that's on the wall. Not that one, the other one. I'm be honest. I think my least favorite enemies are the Prometheans. I think they
Commander
suck.
Palmer, the whole structure is lighting up.
Yeah,
Crimson,
of them
looks like
though,
flipping
I'll
switch
always
gets you a bit more than you
really
asked for,
enjoy
but
the
I'm sure
pistol.
you can
I
handle
just
it.
really like
Stay
it.
the course and find
Pistol's
that
cool.
intel.
Like, I don't mind the weapons, I just dislike... I dislike the Promethean Knights. They're just tanky as shit. Oh my god, this guy's gonna get away with that. Fuck, he got away. We almost got your ass there.
Shit.
I think we gotta go from the facility up here.
I don't like how my shotgun bullets don't go across the maps, but their shotgun bullets do go across the map. What's up with that?
AI's accuracy cheating. How the heck do we get up there? I guess we gotta go. To be fair, their light rifle looks like a shotgun from a distance. It's not a. It's their actual BR. They got that guy. I'm just trying to figure out how we gotta go back to get up there, I guess.
Oh, the objective. Okay, I'll look for it.
I found it. I found it. It's back where we came from. Oh, hello. Oh my god, this shotgun will not kill them. Give me work for this. I've become less fond of this level. Oh, god damn it, I killed two of them with the fuel rod. God damn.
I want that plasma machete that they have.
It'd be kind of cool. I hate this, like, how they set up this area.
Oh shit!
Yeah, if he winds up like that, you gotta run away. Oh, there's banshees here.
Sick.
Remember, it's one to switch to, bomb seems to do a lot of damage to them.
Neutralize all targets.
Try to do a dive bomb.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I'm about to pop too. Okay, I got them all.
Alright, let's see what the Covenant are up to.
Got it.
Extracting intelligence, Commander.
Excellent. Run it through translation and give me the highlights. Crimson, time to catch your ride out of there.
They shot me out of the air. Careful, Phantom's still active.
Oh! Motherfucker.
That shotgun. Ooh, incinerator cannon. Phantom's still there. Okay, it was a waste, unfortunately. Good to know. Next time, if I ever do this, don't waste it. As it do not give a shit about the incinerator cannon. What the heck's that gravity hammer doing down here? We're going in!
Doing good, Crimson. What do we got, Miller?
Covenant are engaged in an archaeological dig.
We have got to get these guys a new hobby.
Fire team switchback is available to investigate.
Contact Switchback's operator.
Oh no, my hammer didn't
Eyes on that
swing.
dig.
Consider it done.
Where's my hammer? Aw. He's dead.
gas coming down the translator pipe. A Covey supply depot very close to Crimson's position.
Murphy, we're gonna borrow a little more of your time.
Happy to oblige. I can pick up Crimson just as soon as they've cleared me a landing spot. Phantom inbound on Crimson's position. They're moving to fortify.
Watch out for snipers.
You've got drop pods heading Crimson's way. Dalton to Crimson. Phantom coming your way. Hunters.
Lovely. I got fucking punked by that fuel rod guy. Fuel rod guy is nutty.
Clean them up.
Sniper. And 100. You just fucking with the sword? Hey, it worked. Nice. That was just a sniper.
Yeah, he's dead.
Got him.
Good job. Coming in for you, Crimson.
Excellent work, everyone. Murphy, set a course for the supply depot. Crimson, ready up and reload. This day's not over yet.
I think that's a good way to end it. Oh,
Alright, that was good.
no, it's fun. Gotta eventually get the energy up to try and that library fucking level again.
Yeah, that one's brutal. It feels like you have to do a trick to it.
Yep.
Like so far, all the speedrunners that I've seen do it, they only do it either through specific things spawning, and then they
Yep.
get lucky. But it feels like it's too difficult, or it's very annoying to do it legitimately. You might as well just say fuck it and jump over the barriers.
Yeah. You gotta learn how to do the also the glitches with like the rocket launchers and stuff where you can just have infinite rocket launchers.
Yeah.
Do I want to torture myself and do multiverses dailies? I
Yes,
don't
you
know.
should do.
You should? You gonna do them with me?
No.